I'm Joanna, Bioscience expert at Vattenfall. Vattenfall has long-standing commitment to biodiversity and research. Through our internal Bioscience program, we completed over 40 projects, and 18 more are underway.
So my name is Adam Smith. I'm a scientist with the University of Southern Denmark, and we are collaborating with Vattenfall and the Royal Institute of Technology to study electromagnetic field detection by porpoises. We are here at the University of Southern Denmark's Marine Research Laboratory in Kerteminde, and the Marine Research Laboratory collaborates very closely with the Fjordenbelt Nature Facility. So Fjordenbelt is a public display facility for nature engagement and education of the public, and they currently house and care for 3 trained harbour porpoises that we involve very heavily in our research projects. To train the animals for research, Fjordenbelt uses a method called operant conditioning, which just means that the animal's involvement is completely voluntary.
As the offshore wind farms grow, so do the cables buried in the seabed. And even though those cables are buried deep in the seafloor, they emit electromagnetic field, which may potentially affect marine life. We, fisheries, NGOs and regulators want to know more about this potential impact. Studying electromagnetic fields on porpoises will reduce this uncertainty and help us all make smarter decisions for future wind farm design.
In the end, the goal of this project is porpoise conservation. We want to understand if human activities are potentially causing harm to them or disturbing them in the environment.
My name is Peter Segrai. I'm a researcher at the Royal Institute of Technology. Electromagnetic fields consist of electric and magnetic fields, and they are entangled together, always pairing together. And we have them in our household when we are running whatever machine, like a vacuum cleaner, for example. And in the marine environment, they end up because we have a lot of underwater cables that radiates electromagnetic fields into the marine environment.
What we don't know is if these electromagnetic fields might disturb animals in the environment. And of course, an important animal in Danish marine waters is the harbour porpoise. Harbour porpoises are a very important component of the ecology in such waters. And so the goal of our project is to determine if porpoises can detect electromagnetic fields, how sensitive they are to these fields, and then if they might be disturbed by the undersea cables associated with offshore wind farms. And what we want to do is take this data and the results from this project to inform conservation measures and potential mitigation measures to make sure that the animals are properly protected.
In 2024, we finished the first stage of our electromagnetic field study in collaboration with University of Southern Denmark. The project was supported by our internal Bioscience program. We found out that we can use DTAG data to indicate when harbour porpoises are close to underwater cables.
So this is a digital acoustic recording tag, or DTAG, and it's essentially a non-invasive miniaturized computer that we can attach to the backs of porpoises via suction cups and then release them into the wild to study their natural behaviour. Now, in the first part of this project, we found that when porpoises are wearing this tag and behaving in the wild, we can tell when they are near underwater cables. What we found is that individual porpoises behaved differently around these cables. So the goal of the second part of our project, or phase 2, is to then take this research into the lab and do controlled experiments with porpoises that are trained for research.
What we're going to specifically do here is to measure the electrical field, and we're going to generate electrical field in the pool where the harbour porpoises resides, and we're going to measure it and map out. And for doing that, one has to use electrodes, and they are very weak signals we're going to detect. So it's a very special instruments we're using in this. But we're going to map out and produce an underwater electric map in the pool.
Okay, so we are all set up now to do a trial experiment in our phase 2 part of this study. This looks a little rustic, but everything is set up here to generate an electromagnetic field down in the pool and essentially expose the porpoises to a small EMF field. And then we're going to record it and video monitor it from an eagle-eye point of view, a bird's-eye point of view.
And so the purpose of this setup is that we want to do a psychophysical sensory test to tell if the porpoises are detecting the electromagnetic fields. And by doing it in this controlled way, the porpoises can directly tell us through their behavior if they are detecting the electromagnetic signal.
It is important to study electromagnetic fields in the marine environment because there are knowledge gaps still about the source and also about the propagation. And if we don't know that, we can't really determine the impact on animals.
Our study will reduce uncertainty regarding impact of electromagnetic field on marine life and also will help us all making smarter decisions for future wind farm design. In parallel, Vattenfall market development team is supporting another project, designing of the SEMLA device, equipment which will measure electromagnetic field at offshore wind farms. Such measurements are very important because so far we have only model data.
The SEMLA is a project that we run together with Vattenfall, and it is an underwater sledge that have the capability to measure electric and magnetic field, and it can be used in offshore environment to map out the actual field that is out there. And it's very important to get that data to validate models in the future.
At the Vattenfall, we are committed to nature-inclusive transition, and our electromagnetic field study is a great example how we put that into practice.